Welcome to another ALEKS Geometry Topic instructional video by Mr. Hardy. In this video, what we're going to do is we're going to look at what's called rotating a figure about the origin. So here's the origin. Okay, so that's kind of like the center. So we're going to take this line and rotate it about the origin. And I've looked at this for a few minutes before I started the video, and to be honest with you, it's very hard for me to kind of see it, to kind of show it to you physically. So what I recommend we do is first, let's read it. Draw the following segment after a 90-degree counterclockwise rotation. Okay, so what I suggest you do is put this background information into your notebook. This is something that you should look up. Okay, it says for a 90-degree clockwise rotation. So I want to just show you this real quick. So here's a circle. Remember, that's 360 degrees. So a 90-degree location. So if we have a point here, a clockwise rotation, the clock goes this way. So that point would end up right here. A counterclockwise is going in the opposite direction, going backwards, like time, going back in time. It goes that way. And then a 180 rotation, doesn't matter if you go which direction you go, because you go 180, go halfway around, and it doesn't matter which direction, kind of, you're going to end up in the same spot. So notice what happens. A point for here, the A value becomes the Y value but negative, and the Y value becomes the X value but positive. And then over here, the A value becomes the Y value but stays the same, I should say, and the Y value becomes the X value but it changes. So there's these rules, and maybe it's just best to write these down. So here's what we're going to do. Let's take this point right here and let's call that point A, and its value is -1, -2. That's its location, not really its value, its location. And this point is B, and its location looks like 5, X is 5, and Y is -4. Okay, so we want to do a counterclockwise rotation. So we come down here and we see counterclockwise. So we see that the A becomes the Y value. Okay, and the sign doesn't change. So here, A prime, the X value becomes the Y value, and the sign doesn't change, so it's a -1. And here, B prime, the X value becomes the Y value, and its sign doesn't change. Okay, but now the Y value becomes the X value, and the sign does change. So the Y value becomes the X value, and the sign changes. This is negative, so we'll make it positive. This is negative, so we'll make it positive. Okay, now let's graph these. So 2, 1. So 1, 2, 1. And then 4, 5. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2, -1, 4, 5. Okay, so there it is. So now that I see it, I can kind of see with my eyes, but it's just hard to see because it's just a little bit different. But anyway, that's how you do these. Now let's go down here. Let's look at this one. Here, draw the following triangle after a 180-degree rotation. Okay, so what happens? Well, let's just go ahead and let's just label these. Let's call that A. So A is going to be 1, 4, 1, 4, and B doesn't matter. Just assign that one B. That's going to be 5, 3. So 5, 3, and let's call the other point C, and that's going to be 2, 1. Okay, so if you again you have it in the notes, 180 degree rotation, A goes to a negative A, B goes to a negative B. So you're just changing the signs. So that's kind of easy. So A prime is going to be -1, -4. B prime is going to be -5, -3. And C, this is kind of a bad example because there's no negatives in here, the switch. -2, -1. But if this was -1, then this would be a +1. Okay, so let's graph these and see if it looks right. So now a -1, -4. 1, 2, 3, 4 would be right there. -5, -3 is right there. -2, -1 is right there. Okay, so then you just connect the lines. And that's what happened. It got rotated about, so 180 degrees. So it's sort of like rotating once, 90 degrees, and then rotating again. Something like that. Okay, so that's how you do these. I strongly recommend that you write these formulas down in your book. Okay, good luck.